The game between Manchester City and Arsenal ended 2-2. Trossard got a red card in the first half. Arsenal had to play the whole second half, almost 45 minutes plus, with 10 men. Okay, guys, let's talk about that game. Let's talk about the first goal. The first goal, Haaland scoring his 100th goal for City, making him joint fastest to score in the number of games played. Okay, if you look at that first goal, do Arsenal consider it was below Arsenal because they don't really consider that kind of goal. But generally, that first goal, John, how did you see it?
For me, it was a striker's delight. For that first goal, it has to go in the books of Gabriel. Gabriel did not track back in time. And then if you look at the way they were set up, Calafiori and Gabriel manning that position, one of them had to leave Haaland with that space to go and mark the contemporary coming down that right flank.
Savinho. And I keep saying this, when I said you move out of your position, make contact. Because if Calafiori had made contact, Gabriel would not have been left in no man's land. So John, you now look at it now. When I said it, make contact, everybody's like, you're going to take a yellow card, all of that. But you see that he didn't make contact, and Savinho kind of drove through the two of them, ran straight, and dropped a clear-cut pass for Haaland. Before they could catch up with him, he's already gone. I still feel like Gabriel was too close at first to Haaland. At this point, Haaland has Saliba on the other side. Saliba might, so it would have been a yellow card offense. Saliba might get the ball, so you commit the foul earlier enough. Either Calafiori committing that foul at first, or Gabriel committing the foul. But none of these two players made contact, and it was a free run for Haaland to go and score and match Cristiano Ronaldo's record of number of games played in the Premier League and number of goals scored in that number of games played in the Premier League. And I think for him, he's now proving himself to be one of those goal poachers for me.
Okay, Calafiori, he made the first mistake in that game. He didn't try Savinho very well. He didn't have to cut and give that pass to Haaland to score that first goal. But what a wonderful goal for the equalize. He equalized with that beautiful shot outside the 18-yard box when Martinelli gave him that assist, and that was a beautiful goal. How did you see that game? What class goal?
Like I said, the referees and the players, I think they don't have their head in the right place. The referees or the rule book is sucking away the fun out of the game. We enjoyed football. At some point, we saw John. We say no. That those time are olden days when players will score offside goals and score.
I think you're jumping the gun to talk about the one thing we are going to talk about later. But for that equalizer, it was Arsenal playing a quick play after the referee had blown his whistle.
You see where I'm going to, and you cut me
now. It's the same thing we saw when Liverpool did that in the Champions League. We saw Liverpool do that when they were trying to escape, and Divock Origi and Trent playing that one too, and then they got that goal. I'm not talking about this season, a couple of seasons back
when they beat 4-0. Yes, I think quarterfinal for them and that was the season they even won the or they played against Real Madrid in the Champions League final. Okay,
that was what they did. Quick play off the whistle, and then they created a chance that they got that goal for them. And that's the same thing Arsenal did here. Unfortunately, later on in the game, Arsenal did the same thing to try to prevent City from having a quick replay when the referee blew the whistle. When Jesus said he lost his shoes.
Okay, that was a wonderful goal. Let's talk about the goal. We'll talk about the referee later, the incidents in that game, but let's talk about the goal. The goal, wonderful goal from Calafiori, and
I think he's registered well in the Premier League. I think this is a welcome to the Premier League. The dribble past him opened up his flaws. His goal shows how dominant he could be going forward and creating chances for other teammates.
Now, Arsenal again scoring from set piece. They are the master in this. When it comes to set pieces, they are the master. Especially if you look at the last two seasons, they have scored the number of set pieces. I didn't even check that record. The team that has scored the number of set pieces in the last two seasons, but they should be top of that chart because. And again, Gabriel scoring that header. It was a wonderful cross corner from Saka scoring that goal.
You know, those two goals, I'm going to fault what's his name now? Kyle Walker. The first one, you have a chat with the referee. The referee has dismissed both of you and is moving on to go ahead and kickstart the game. You spend an extra 1 minute talking to players who don't need talking to at that point in time. Go back and cover your bases. You didn't cover your bases when the ball moved forward because you saw Martinelli's run. Instead of you trying to run to meet up with Martinelli, you are raising your hand to call the referee's attention that Martinelli is moving before the ball has moved.
Like I said,
and at the end of the day, you concede that
goal. I said for that goal, it was a foul. The referee just finished talking. He's not even gotten to his position yet, and it was a.
That's the problem. You don't need to
look at it now.
your position first.
Since you are talking to your teammates, it could have been smart for somebody to go and stand in front of the ball, just like how Jesus did. Jesus took a card for it because he kicked the ball. You understand? You don't need to kick the ball. Jesus was on the floor and kicked the ball at the end of the game. But you should not kick the ball. Stand in front of him.
Even if you stand and your opponent kicks the ball against you, they'll give you a look out for obstruction.
You're still trying to build a wall. You're still trying to.
The rule.
This is the rules.
If you stand, once they give a free kick, you move out. You don't do anything. If you stand in front of the ball,
you could see if you're not winning or if you're not in, you could delay a bit so you could set your wall. The rules still apply. There's
no wall.
See, look at it in that rule.
It's in the middle of the center.
Look at it in that rule. There's a clause to it. If you go down to that section, there in section C of that rule, there's a clause to it that you could at least from the side or from in front of the ball. Organize your wall.
There's no clause.
Organize your line.
It's in the middle of the field.
Which wall are you organizing? They have the free kick. And the ball should be moving forward. Why are you blocking the ball?
First goal, I'm not going to blame Kyle Walker because he was.
I'm going to blame Kyle Walker because the referee dismissed both of them. If you watch that clip, the referee dismissed both of them. The other guy went to go and assist the free kick taker. Kyle Walker was talking to his player and forgetting that Martinelli is already in front of him. After just talking to him, he picked up Martinelli's run because Arsenal have already made the quick play and he was now shouting for referee rather than pursuing the man he should be pursuing. What are you giving instructions to? You are not the manager in that scenario.
He's the captain. He's the leader of the side. He instructs. There is no Kelvin. There's no. I can't be shouting and be angry right now because the lose is the lose. If they play a draw and they lose, it's not my business. But I'm just saying you can at least. It's a free kick. You can set a trap, an offside line. He was trying to man his line and as well go back to his position.
He was not manning any line.
It was a quick play because you saw that the referee, see from the side of things, the referee just finished this talking out to players. You could have at least given time. You don't expect the players to run to position.
Whether you like it or not. Let me give you an example. You know that you can get a free kick immediately and drop the ball
and play
without the referee playing the visa. It's possible.
Quick play, but not when the referee has stood the game to talk to players. Look at it now. Wait, look at where quick plays.
And in 5-6 seconds, they took the play.
Look at where quick play. Look at where quick play is allowed. Quick play is allowed when the referee blows the ball and there's no instruction or no talking to players and they take a quick play. Wait, okay. But when there's no quick play, the referee talks to this player, He allows time. Okay. The referee in this game was just not that person.
That's what I'm saying. These things can happen.
Okay, now the red card was it a deserved red card because the ball was
we'll get to the red card. The red card actually for him kicking that ball, not actually for the foul.
Yes.
So let's leave that one.
In the air.
The ball, once they blow the foul, once they blow the whistle now, and you kick the ball, after that whistle, it's a yellow card.
I'll take it to the incident in the 64th minute against Brighton against Nottingham Forest. There was a foul. And there was still a kicking of the ball. The referee did not give the card. Why? Because of the intensity of play. Because of the intensity of play at the time.
Let me give you an example. Against Arsenal, Brighton.
Have you seen that the referee has come out to apologize?
With number 9, actually number 9 for I think it's Pedro, kicked the ball in the first half.
Yes.
He wasn't given a yellow card.
Okay.
I think a Liverpool player did the same. The one thing about it is the rule. But a referee can decide not to give the rule. Last season against Arsenal versus Manchester United, Kovacic, I think fouled. I think that tackle was against Martin Odegaard. Mm-hmm. After the game, do you know what the head of referee said? He said that he didn't want to send off Kovacic because he wants the game to balance. Do you know sometimes a rule can be there, but a referee can decide not to follow the rule.
I interpret it.
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on to the red card incident. Trossard, this rule is hurting players. Sometimes, just as I said, sometimes players kick the ball and referee will just overlook it. But sometimes they kick the ball and the referee gives a look at why everybody is angry about this particular incident, because what happened last season. The same referee, Mike Oliver, was the referee in that game. Kovacic made one of those tackles was a red card, straight red card. He gave a yellow card and he didn't want to review it. Fine. He made almost the similar tackle and he didn't give a yellow card. He just gave a normal foul. So everybody is angry. I was on social media when the game was on. He's already trending. That why would you be that bias? You didn't give a 2 yellow card or even a straight red card just last season and just for the kicking the ball away, while some players have been committing the same offense.
Which means he has a personal beef.
I don't know, that's what I'm saying.
Against Arsenal.
But truthfully, Trossard didn't do well because the rules are the rules. The referee can decide not to keep
look at
it
now. There's like John said, the way you interpret the rule matters. The way you interpret the rule there is, if the game is not as pacey, because in that incident it was a shove and a quick ballooning of the ball. It wasn't a shove and everybody rests to protest, and after the referee,
it
was a shove and a quick ballooning on.
It wasn't
John, don't be biased.
I'm not being biased.
It was a shove and a quick play.
Watch the ball.
Watch it now. It was still around 10 seconds middle. It wasn't more than 10 seconds gap.
He ran into Bernardo Silva with that shove. Bernardo Silva fell down to the ball, and then he turned with the ball and moved forward. The referee,
there was no turning and there was no moving. It was a quick shove and kick.
Let me make it clear about the rule.
The kick came after the whistle.
Once the whistle has been blown and you kick the ball away, whether you mean it or you don't mean it, it's a yellow card. Simple. That is just the rule. But referees can overlook, which we have seen throughout this season. That's why probably Arsenal fans are angry, because Pedro did that with Brighton. No yellow card.
In 2 games.
That's not
last game against Arsenal. This game against Nottingham Forest.
Why would you just overlook it? That's the thing. Okay, that's the incident that after that red card, Arsenal have to play 45 minutes plus. About more than 50 minutes.
Yes. They played more than 50 minutes. They played 50 minutes plus in the second half, and you gave it 4 minutes extra time in the first half and played it 7 minutes. So it was more than.
So Arsenal played almost all the second half with 10 men, and pretty good. They did well. They defended well, but the second half they got that final goal. It almost the lucky kick of the game. Somehow City managed to get that goal, but generally City didn't utilize that number of players they have, John.
How can they utilize it when Arsenal are packing the balls? This is super defensive play by Arsenal, sitting deep, packing the balls. 11 players in the 18, and what do you want City to do?
John, if some players were there, they wouldn't have.
It's not about if some players were there.
John,
you have a big wall in your
honest.
front. If you want to be honest, if the roles were reversed, what would Arsenal have done? Same thing City did.
John, let's be honest. You lacked the intelligence of Kelvin in that game. You have to put Foden on the bench, and you lacked his intelligence running into space, and you were scared that maybe Kovacic should not do a good job ahead of Rodri, because Rodri picked up an early injury. You were scared that he couldn't do a better job, so you were playing safe.
What did Foden do when he came into the game?
He ran into... What did
he do when he came into the game? He didn't do nothing.
Those goals,
didn't do nothing.
Those goals came as his run off him.
I disagree.
You get most goals. See, it's not about you on the ball and dribbling and dribble. Doku and Savinho had most of the first half, yeah? But how many chances did Doku create? He was dribbling all through the game. It was just like Kudus. Kudus couldn't save. Your dribbles you can dribble 1,000 times.
Arsenal was sitting deep.
Look at it. You could get 1,000.
Simple and short. If you can't see that, then I doubt your capacity as a coach or as a footballer. If you can't see that, I don't know what we are talking about.
It depends. Look at it. No matter how you doubt my capacity as a coach or as a footballer,
if you can't see that,
you also lack players that have the vision for final passes. Rodri has it. He was nowhere to be found. Kevin has it,
but they had
he was nowhere to be found.
Gundogan has it. He was running into pocket spaces, but people were scared of giving him the pass in that pocket spaces. It's not his fault that he is in the pocket space, and yet you send the ball backwards to Akoji, or you send the ball backwards to Guardiola and driving forward again, and you send the ball backwards again to Kyle Walker and send it forward again.
Where is the space you are moving the ball to?
Okay, see, all those pocket spaces Gundogan keep running
and
into.
How many people are around him? How many people are around him in those spaces?
Look at it. Have you seen a game with Luka Modric? Have you seen a game with Gundogan?
Please, you are just preaching to the choir right now, man.
Against Wolverhampton Wanderers last season, they had this. You are saying, okay, it's 10 against 11. That's not 10 players for this match. Against Wolverhampton Wanderers last season, it was 11 against 11. Yes? 2 seasons ago, when Gundogan was there. But you see him running into pocket spaces, creating chances from pocket spaces, and finding off passes. He doesn't lose the ball in those tight angles.
It's different context.
It's depending on the team packing the bus. For example, if City packs the bus, we are not going to score a goal.
If City packs the bus.
I give you an example. Barcelona versus Inter Milan.
Yes.
Semi-final of the Champions League. Jose Mourinho's team got a red card, I think in the first half. They packed that bus for almost second half. They had Messi, had Iniesta, have Xavi, or Xavi in team. They couldn't score a goal. Packing the bus, you have to determine the team that is packed. That's why I'm saying that. I understand what you're saying, but when you talk about team packing the bus, Wolves packing the bus and Arsenal and Man City packing the bus, they are not the same thing. Because if you look at, imagine that City want to pack the bus, they have Guardiola, they have Diaz, and they have Stone packing the bus, and Akanji. Where you want to score goals? That's the problem.
You mentioned 3 players, Abi. Akanji, Diaz.
I'm just giving you an example. It's not possible.
Now, then in the right back you have Kai Walker.
Yes, let me say that they decide to pack the bus. That's what I'm saying.
Now yes. it can be a loose cannon. You can dribble past Kai Walker. Sure, you know.
Depend if he doesn't
on the right, Ake was not available.
See what I'm saying?
You can still score. No matter how City packs the ball, it only takes the intelligent pass. Wait now, no matter how you disagree,
people lose games now.
They lose games. It's normal. No matter how you, I'm just telling you that Man City in this game played a good game. In the first half, it was blow for blow. You saw how they ran. Arsenal were not packing the ball in the first half. Were they packing the ball in the first half?
That's why they scored that first goal.
They didn't pack the ball in the first half. And look at how they played. They still played. Man City, that was just one lucky goal. And after that, what happened? They went back to them playing as if they played. I think
the difference between the Arsenal have one of the best defensive record in the league. If they decide to pack a bus, it's going to be hard. They did against Brighton. Brighton actually scored that goal. And once, I think before they made that substitute, Brighton scored. And once they lock shop, they have locked shop.
What's the use of packing the bus when you know you're going to concede? Because against Brighton, you pack the bus and you concede the goal. Against Man City, now you're packing the box and you're conceding another goal.
The thing about football is, as a coach, you have trying. No. I think as a football coach, it's for me, it's useless or it's madness for you to attack a Man City side when you are 10 man down. Spurs tried it with Chelsea and consider how many goals with his high line. I'm not giving you an example. For me, I think why a coach is there is for him to read a game. This is early in the season. You don't need to lose a game. 1 point against City is always going to be a big thing for you, no matter how you want to see it. Taking a point from City is always... for me, as a coach, taking a risk.
That's the mentality that is making them win the league back to back. Because
that's what I'm saying.
If I take a point off City, I am good. That is what everybody is coming in, and they end up losing the game.
That's what I'm saying. This is common sense as a coach. I have not seen any team ever playing a big team, including Barcelona. Okay, Barcelona can try because they have Messi once in a while. I think I remember when they went down with Atletico Madrid, they are but Messi, only him single-handedly scattered the whole Atletico and they won that game. But you don't play a Real Madrid with 10 man and you're attacking Real Madrid.
You can't.
Tottenham tried it. Do you think that the sports coach, when he goes down 10 man again, he will play Highland again? He's not stupid.
He still play the Highline.
That's what going 10 man down, going a man down. It's two difference when you have 11 players covering you. But how many top coaches play is down with 10 men and play attacking football? Tell me one thing I have done it.
Jose Mourinho,
you play attacking football. You are waiting for options for you to score goals. You are saying the same thing. Tell me the match against Alex Ferguson.
Alex Ferguson played the counter attack. He played a football match with a red card against Real Madrid in the Champions League.
I remember that game, and they lost the game, right?
They lost the game.
Thank you.
With 1 goal margin.
Thank you. Irrespective.
So it's not about that. Yeah, he's got not just that. I just made that first one because I know that's where you come from. He had many of that. He had one against Man City where he played, and against Salzburg. Also, against Leipzig, when this man was still there, Ralf Rangnick.
What I'm saying that.
So this is early of this. That's what I'm saying. Now, the same thing I'm saying. What is the use of packing the box when you will concede careless goal?
You don't know if you're going to concede or not.
Against Brighton, what's happening?
That's what I'm saying.
Against Man City, careless goal.
What I'm saying that you don't know if you attack or defend if you're going to concede.
That is why I say no matter how you play your game.
You cannot play your game with 10 man.
You can't play your game with 10 man.
Man United lost to Real Madrid. You remember that one vividly. Against under Ralf Rangnick, Man United got a red card in the Champions League quarterfinals and still went on to win that game. And they played their game against Leipzig. They were attacking
Leipzig is not a big team.
Leipzig are not the same level.
Don't be saying big team. It's 11 against 11.
Forget about that.
For example, against Brighton, Arsenal got about 3 chances to score that. If they had scored that 2 goals, Arsenal would have won that game by 4 goals. See, football is about taking your chances. Normally, common sense is that you defend, go on counter-attacking football. You don't attack fully when you are 10 man down. No coaches do that. People, they teach it in football. Me, I've watched football for about 20 years now. I have not seen a team, apart from Barcelona, because of their style of play, and they have Messi. They have to have Messi in that team for you to do that. You can leave Messi off.
Ferguson didn't have Messi.
What I'm saying is that I'm not saying that you cannot attack as a small team, as a normal team. But the problem is that who are you playing? Imagine that you, as a coach,
yes,
you go down against prime Barcelona, 10 men. Chelsea did that and packed the bus and won that game in Champions League.
Okay.
They packed the bus for them to win that game.
Yes.
You don't outrightly attack Barcelona with that kind of players and you expect to win.
Look at
what Arsenal did was what was
Any
expected.
coach will do.
Pack the ball, sit on the break. The difference now is that Saka was taking over. Martinelli, who was on the pitch, was not having fruitful runs into that place because his man was picking him up.
This argument
no matter how you say it now, even when they want to play on the break, you have two fast players. Now I'm going to support John now. You have two fast players, Saka and Martinelli. You can't now. You remove the option of playing on the break. It was taking away the option of playing on the break.
Why I'm laughing about this? On a normal day, 11-11, it's hard to beat City. That is the truth. On 11-11, on a square 11-11 team, no team in England now can come out and say they will beat City 11-11. That is the simple truth. You have to be factual about when you are coaching. Imagine now a coach now going to 10 man. You are already losing before when you go to City. Especially when you are playing 8 hard, you are already losing. In fact, sometimes you go to them, your mind is that let me just get a point from these guys. Imagine that as a coach. Playing 11-11, it's hard for you to win. Imagine I'm going 10 man that. As a we are all human beings. Imagine that me and you are fighting. I have beat you 10 times. For example, after Arsenal got that win last season, City have beat them 13 times. It's here. It's always in your mind as a coach. You are going to try and break it. Now, Arsenal can now, after last season, they have to get another point. Now, for the past 2 seasons now, Arsenal have taken how many points from City? 3, 4 last season, 5 last season. 4. Now, okay, 4 last season and 1 now, 5 points. You see, they are building. Maybe next match they will attack. Next year, they might go all out attack. Anything once a year. What I'm saying generally is that, for me, I think Arsenal did the best they could because it's not easy to place it at 8 hard. But okay, it's getting intense things. We are arguing if Arteta actually did the right, packing the bus for 45 minutes. Okay, guys, let's see what Arsenal is going to do. Arteta thought probably during that game, he think that if he can defend for 45 minutes, he could do it. Almost. They considered that goal at the 97th minute, almost end of the game. They considered that goal. If not, probably they have won this game.